Hi all, welcome to Analytics School. The hiring manager calls you with the great news that the job is yours. You think the hard part is over, right? Maybe not. Determining whether to take a job offer can and should be a difficult decision. And during testing time, such as COVID-19, if you are eager to get out of your current job, it can be tempting to accept any job offer. But before you take on job, you need to evaluate the situation carefully, that whether you should accept the job offer or walk away. You can find a lot about the company before you send in a resume. But once you have the offer in hand, it's time to do more extensive research. And one of the biggest mistakes that people make is not finding out enough about the potential employer. Dig around for as much information you can about the organization, the culture, and your future co-workers. And one can find companies' employees on LinkedIn and see what they say about their job on Twitter, Facebook, or Glassdoor, or any other media portal. One can also find out about what you can think about the organization future prospects. Now, there are a lot of parameters goes in when you accept the job offer, and it's very difficult, that whether you should accept the job offer or walk away from it. And one, I think the methodology which is going to help you out that whether this job offer is good for you or not is by using the Monte Carlo simulation. But before we dig deeper into the Monte Carlo simulation methodology, let's discuss about some of the parameters which affect our decision making process, that whether we have to accept this job offer or not. They are reputation of an organization, the salary which has been offered to you, what are the projects you might do in your new organization, work-life balance, career advancement in that particular organization, job security, location, and whatever the atmosphere it is. There can be n number of the other parameters, but I believe that these 8 parameters definitely are going to impact the decision making process, whether you are going to accept the job offer or not. So, what is Monte Carlo simulation processes, and how it is going to help us in deciding that which job offer to accept or not? So, Monte Carlo simulation process is a mathematical technique that is used to estimate all possible outcomes when you are dealing with uncertainty in said outcomes. The idea is very simple. Let's say you receive 2 job offers. The first one is from a very big organization, and you know that there is a job security and you will get the next promotion, let's say in 3 to 7 years time frame. Whereas the second job offer which you receive is from a growing organization, let's say a startup which is like 5 to 7 years old, and the job security is not as high as from a huge organization, let's say Fortune 500 organization. And however, you know that the career advancement, next promotion, you can receive in 2 to 3 years time frame. You have done some research, and on the basis of that, you have come to this particular conclusion. So, how Monte Carlo simulation will come into the picture and how it is going to help you out? Monte Carlo simulation builds a model of possible results by leveraging a probability distribution. By simulating the experiment, let's say 10,000 times, you get a good idea how risky the various options are. And on the basis of that, you can decide which job offer you should choose. We are going to run the Monte Carlo simulation process in Python. If any one of you do not know the Python, is very simple. You can install it on your machine and just copy the code, and then you can make a decision of which job offer you need to accept. Let's say you are dealing with various job offers. The challenge in making a decision that there is always some uncertainty. For instance, you do not always know exactly what you will be doing, what is going to be the atmosphere in the organization, and how this job will help you in your career advancement, etc. So, this particular problem we are trying to solve, that you have multiple job offers and which one you should accept. So what we are going to do, we are going to call the necessary packages which we are going to use. It is pandas, random, matplotlib, and seaborn. The next step is we are writing a function for Monte Carlo simulation process. Here, the one thing is iteration, that we are going to run this process for 10,000 times. Then we are going to define all the parameters which we had already seen in the presentation, which is reputation, salary, projects, work-life balance, career, job underscore security, location, and atmosphere. Then we have provided the importance of each variable. In other words, what is most important for you? For example, I am having 10 years of experience, more than 10 years of experience, and I have been working as a data scientist in the last 6 years or so. So, for I have already worked with a lot of Fortune 500 companies and all. So, right now I'm at that particular stage where reputation of an organization is not that very important for me. Salary, yes, that is important. Projects, I have worked on various sort of projects. Now, it is not a very high criteria for me. Work-life balance is very important because I have 2 kids and I want to spend some time with them. Career advancement is again important for me. Job security is important. Location is again important for me because I do not want to move from one city to another city because of my kids' school and all. And atmosphere, definitely very important for me. So here you can see these are the weightages I have provided for these particular parameters, and remember they should not cross. They should be equal to 1. Okay, so either you can say out of 100 how much importance I'm giving, or all, if you'll sum them, it is going to come at 1. Then I'm going to run a for loop for 10,000 iteration, and the parameters I'm going to run through each and every parameters, and you can see here these are the parameter range I have provided. Again, one thing which I would like to mention is the if a range is has a higher difference between the max and min value, it means there is more uncertainty for that particular parameter. And how I have come to that particular conclusion, that I have done research about this particular organization. Now, one thing which I would like to mention, that since we have to get the probability distribution and all those things, I have used a uniform distribution, that for every value has an equal and equal opportunity to come up in that particular distribution. Now, there are other sort of the other sort of the distribution, such as normal distribution or log normal distribution, discrete distribution. But in this particular scenario, uniform distribution we are going to use, and then we are going to multiply by the weights which we have assigned to it. So basically, it is going to when we are going to run a loop again, it is going to run for these parameters, and we are going to multiply these weights by whatever the value we are going to get, and then we are appending these values in this course, and then we are going to append this value into our selection process by the sum of that particular score what we are getting, and then the final value which we are going to get is this selection. Okay, so again, as I said, if some of you do not understand that, this is a very simple code. Any Python programmer knows that what I am doing. If you do not know, just write this code into Jupyter Notebook or Jupyter Lab. This is Jupyter Lab environment, and you can use this particular function. Then what I am doing is, let's say I have received one offer from XYZ company, and these are the parameters I have provided. Again, these are fake numbers. This is just for an example that I have provided certain parameters. So for me, reputation is not that reputation of this organization. It's a small organization. Let's say a startup with 5 to 6 years of experience, and then salary is very high. Projects I'm going to do, nice projects which I have discussed with the hiring manager. Work-life balance, I had looked into the Glassdoor, means, again, these are fake numbers. It's just that you can say I have done some research, and on the basis of that, I have provided this, min and max value. Okay. So let me run this run this code. Then what I'm doing here, I'm creating a pandas data frame. Now, since basically I have reshaped this pandas data frame, and this is how it looks like. Okay, uh, I have done it basically. Let me show you how many values are there. So 30,000 records and two variables are there. And I have done this because I wanted to create a rich plot. This is the code for the rich plot which I have used. Again, you could use any histogram to make a decision for this particular job. I just wanted to show you the comparison by using the rich plot, and that is why I have converted a data frame. Otherwise, you can use this particular data frame itself and created a histogram to find out the mean value. And you can also think of in this way that what could be the threshold also for you that, to accept a particular job offer. Let's say if you do not have multiple job offer, you have one job offer and you are working in a current organization. So you can have here like the job offer and your current organization, and you put up a certain values, right? And on the basis of that, you can decide that whether you should leave the current job or you should go with a new job offer. So this is the code for the rich plot. Again, as I said, it's not compulsion to create a rich plot for you. You can create a histogram, and on the basis of that, you can decide. So here you can see the XYZ company has a mean value of somewhere around 8.25. For FANG company, it is somewhere around 6.3. And for Fortune 500 company, it is somewhere around 6.75. So based on the values which I have provided for each and every parameter for all the job offers which I have received, the best decision will be to accept a job offer from XYZ company. So in this way, I can use Monte Carlo simulation process, and on the basis of the research which I have done, I'll go with XYZ. Before we conclude the video, I had made two more videos for the red flag alerts, which job offer not to accept during the interview process, and the other one is why data science or data analytics projects fails. So guys, that's it from my side. Hope you guys have learned something new today. Have a good day.